Okay, we are ready. So welcome, Joy. It's a pleasure to have you here with us today, talking on behalf of organic growth. As the ninjas know, our dear ninja, Master Ninja, did a video about you guys on March 20th, so only a few days ago, and actually was a quite long one. And he was very, this is not financial advice. Everyone that is listening to it right now knows that, and the ones that will be listening to it later on, they do know that. But it was, I think Ninja was very excited about doing that video about your project, because I do know that you guys, you are familiar to each other, let's put it that way, right?
Yes.
And the community, our ninjas, are also very excited about having you here today. I saw in the earlier today you were chatting with them, or maybe say some member of your community were chatting with them, right? You were talking a little bit about the project, so everyone is excited for the AMA. So now I'm not going to talk anymore, right? Enough of me. It's gonna be you. So Joy, welcome, and please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Liviana. So, yeah, you're right about Master Ninja. I was really excited to be connected with him. We do know each other for some time from past projects, and we've kept in touch every now and then. I watch his YouTube video every week, so because I'm also an investor. Yeah, I'm an investor as well, not just a project owner, right? So, I do watch a lot of his videos. So. Really happy to be here. I'm very excited. I remember in the past he did not do any AMA. He
Yes, that's
does
true.
only video.
We started recently doing AMAs, yes. Because he's super busy, that he loves what he does, but he do many videos on a day, so of course he doesn't have time to do that. And also the AMAs that I have to study a little bit before being able to do the AMAs with the community. So I was on studying for a bit with Ninja first, and then he said, well, Lily, I think you're ready to start doing the AMA. So we started doing the AMA recently. So that's why last time that maybe you guys
Yeah.
some project, we were not doing AMAs yet, but we have been doing it, I think, like for 3 months now. And our community, they are great. They're ready for it because they always have very interesting questions, and they always do the homework. Yes. Continue, please. I'm so sorry. I'm a very talkative person. You go ahead.
Oh, no, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry, please, because I talk a lot as well. So I know how you feel. But don't worry, I'm okay with it. So yeah, we got connected for some time, and we recently I spoke to him about my new project, and then he gave a honest review about the whole project. And like you mentioned, it was a really long video. I think it's the longest he has made. It's 21 minutes. I was really shocked as well. But yeah, okay. So this project that we've started actually is not new. We started it off last year in November, but it was not open to public. So we didn't share anything to public at that time because we were developing the platform, and we got investment from 2 really large angel investors, plus some of our money, like 2 of us, there's 2 founders, Jawad and I. So he's not here. He's usually doing the stuff on the background, and he doesn't really talk. So I talk a lot. So I join AMAs mostly to speak. Yeah, so we started off in November itself. We got like $100,000 to start, all the costs of early marketing or development. So those are not cheap, and we need to also get servers and all that. In December 2021, what's wrong? 2021, we registered for our company in Singapore. So the reason why we did that is because we wanted to show commitment to the project. And what we're trying to do over here is something that is going to be a really large scale project. It's not going to be a small scale project. So we do want like a form of entity behind it to give people assurance that this is not a, oh, if we fail, that's it, at least if we fail anything, there's public records. And if we fail because of like illegal means or something that is not ethical, people can report. So it means that, we're putting ourselves out there, right? And Singapore is a very strict country when it comes to regulation. So that's why we chose there. I'm from Malaysia. I'm half Singaporean. My other founder, he's from Morocco. So there's two of us in the core team. So fast forward in February, we started our private sale. We had a very small private sale of almost $20,000. It's for a very small group of people, about 49 people. So each person contributed $400, 400 BUSD in short. These people were the ones who had been waiting since November. We had a very small group that we discussed, that we share with them that, this is coming because we know each other. And they've been waiting ever since, right? They've been waiting for a long time. So they followed me through previous projects. So in order to make sure that they do get like priority to the projects, that's why we did the private sale. In fact, most of them are holding right now. We had our pre-sale in March, 12th of March. We had an issue when we launched with the contract, so there was some issue with the pairing. So our liquidity pool, if you check, is actually under BUSD. So if you put our contract in like honeypot.is or anywhere, it will show zero liquidity in BNB because our liquidity is actually in BUSD and not BNB. So that's the reason why. You can see on the DEX tools or even PoolCoin is paired to BUSD. So after that, we paused the trading because they were issued on the first one. So we restarted it on 17. We relaunched. We were really lucky because Trinos himself, he helped us develop the contract. So Trinos is a famous guy he's a famous developer, and he's also an auditor. He developed our contract. He deployed it and transferred the ownership to us. So we relaunched on 17, and it's been almost a week now. So here we are in terms of the timeline about the project.
Okay, thank you, Joy. I think that was a great overview of yourself, the team, and also the project. Thank you very much for that. Anything you would like to add before we start with the questions?
Oh, yes, for sure. I think,
okay.
Yeah, because I realized I only mentioned about the timeline. So for those who know me, or those who don't know me, last year, starting from May 2021 to October 2021, for that 6 months, I was with BNB Cash. So I'm sure in the Ninjas community, you guys have heard of BNB Cash because it went up, it was soaring really high. I left really long ago due to, it's about partnership disagreements. So we don't agree on certain things. And there's 3 of us. So I have decided to step down. And that's why we started a new one, because this new one, I wanted a entity, I want an actual company. I want legal agreement between the founders, things like that. I want to make sure that everything is done properly and we do not leave room for questions in that way, right? So what I do primarily, I am not the actual contract developer. I take care of business partnerships. I take care of the current marketing, but it's not going to be me long term for full marketing. We will have our own PR people to take care of it. I also take care of operations. So operations as in everything behind the scene in terms of the management of the project, like timeline, budget, finance, things like that. So what Jawad does, he's the other founder. He takes care of the platform development with the development company. So basically, we outsource our platform development to an actual company to build because, for a platform that we will share later what we do, it's actually quite complicated and it requires a lot of people to work on it full time. We're talking about 10 to 12 people full time. So it's a wiser idea as a startup for us to outsource that because it's a platform and once it's done, we can upgrade later on. That's not an issue. So it takes care of that and everything related to the creative side, all the images that you see, or even the stickers, everything he did it. He takes care of everything related to that. So that's a little bit about the team, a little bit about what we do for the project, and a little bit about the timeline. So I haven't talked about the actual idea or anything like that. I was waiting to see if you have questions before I go on because I keep talking. You see, I don't stop.
No, you go ahead. This is the AMA with you and your project. So you share all the information that you think it's important. Right. So not at all. We have all the time. So you share, as I said before, whatever you think it's important to mention it, you of course can do that. And later on, of course, once the ninjas start asking the questions and also your community, they are also welcome to ask questions. Then you can go into other details. But Nan, you please say whatever you need to say, whatever you think it's relevant. Okay?
Okay, sure. So I actually really want to talk about why we started the project instead of where, before we talk about what the project is. So back when I was managing the project itself, with 2 other partners, even when I left, I was helping out some projects at the background. One very common thing that project owners face every day, right, when it comes to crypto marketing is scam. So,
sure.
Yeah, and there's very little legit YouTubers like Master Ninja. I'm saying this on a recorded video. I didn't say who is not real, but I can say for sure Master Ninja's videos are always, on point, and he's very neutral with what he sees. He does not get paid to write good stuff about the project, Yeah, so it's very, very different. He makes his own analysis, his own judgment, and from his experience. But it's not just YouTubers or influencers. We're talking about even upvoters. We're talking about people who do listings. We're talking about people who even just say that they design graphic. Everything in this field, there's a lot of scam, and actually, there's way more scammer there than there are scammers for projects. And you wonder why a lot of projects fail. Sometimes it's not because they don't do marketing. It's not because they don't spend for marketing or they don't want to do it. It's just there's too many of these people out there, and it's hard for them to filter what is right because there is no resources to find. Like so say for example, you're the project owner and you're in our shoe, and now you want to find out what crypto marketing to do. Very often people would go to places like Google, they would go to YouTube, or they will go to call channels that they already know, or Discord that they already know. But likelihood is it's very limited, right? And it's not all the audience that you want. And for marketing, it's not just one thing that you do. It's many, many things, right? You have to do a lot of things. So a lot of people got scammed, and this is a very big issue in the market when it comes to crypto marketing. From the marketers themselves or service provider, there are also a lot of legit ones. But it's hard for them to differentiate themselves from a scammer because the scammers are also very smart, right? That's how they get people's money. That's how they make money. So they disguise as legit people, and sometimes these real people, they still go to different Telegram and ask you if they want a proposal, although a lot of them are scammers. But how would people know? But how can you blame the people providing the service? Because how else are they going to look for projects, right? If they don't come knocking on your door. So because of all these issues that I've seen from my friends who are handling projects, from my own experience, also and as an investor point of view, as a person who has helped out different projects as well, I see this as a severe thing that's causing a lot of budget loss, time wasted, inefficiency. So we've decided that, we want to create a hub, a platform where marketers mostly, well, for now is marketers and crypto service providers and projects to work together. So very much, I think people would have already heard of freelance platforms, where people hire and they look for a job, right? For freelancers, like currently on the mainstream market, you have Fiverr, you have Upwork. So our platform essentially has one part of it, which is those features are available, but it's one part of our feature. It's not just one thing. So what we're trying to do is have a project that helps other projects grow, connects both marketers and projects together. That's what we mainly want to do. So on the platform, apart from the freelance piece, sorry, we also have a leaderboard. So the leaderboard, think of it like coin listing sites where you can see number one, number two, what are the top listed ones. So there's promoted ones where we will be carefully selecting projects to appear there. Of course, it doesn't mean that everything we choose will 100% be safe, because scammers can be very smart. They do things different way. But we have very strict criteria that at least they must fulfill to remove most of the red flags, right? But the leaderboard's beauty of it is mostly on the organic part as well. So the organic part, it displays how much a project has spent on the platform for services. So why this is good is when crypto investors look on the website to look for places to invest, they will look for projects that actually did spend marketing budget and, see if they were actually trying to do something instead of doing nothing and say, oh, we did, right? It's very hard to trace. So on the platform, they will be able to see how much they have spent, how many jobs have they hired, And from the freelancer's perspective, even as an influencer or anything along those lines, it will show how much they have earned. And these numbers are good because the more they earn, it shows that they have earned on the platform, the more likely they will get businesses. So we try to promote all areas, and we try to involve the crypto investors to view the site. So there will be advertisements, ads, banner ads that we will have, but limited spots only, because we don't want to annoy people who use the site as well. That we also will carefully select. So not just anyone who pays, they can be there. They have to go through some criteria. And through that, they can appear on the platform. We have another section inside the platform where it is very much like press release area, where we can write interviews about other projects or influencers or marketers, agency developers, things like that, or audit companies, just, to keep people updated on latest info and also give a little bit of promotion to boost what they are doing. Because the good ones, we do think that, they deserve more attention in that sense. So earlier we mentioned about stopping scam, right? Or reducing the amount of scam in the market for people who come to you and they take your money and don't do the job, for example, or take the money and tell you, okay, you're going to get it in 2 days, but they disappear for 10 days. And after 10 days, they tell you, okay, now I'm done. Like, doesn't make any sense. Things like that. So for our freelance platform, we will have an escrow feature. So all this, we will highly push the usage of the token, all the services or utility on the website that we mentioned just now. We're pushing the usage of the token. So we understand some people would still want to use BNB BUSD, but we're going to charge them a fee for using that. Whereas if they were to use our token, OG token, number one, there's no processing fee for the person who's hiring. So let's say I'm a project owner now. I want to hire an audit company to do an audit for me over there, right? If I pay with OG tokens, all I have to do is just buy the tokens, lock it into escrow. So the escrow feature is the one that will protect situation like this, the scam situation that we mentioned. Essentially what it does is, let's say I have to pay John. I'll just random John, okay? I don't know if there's a John here. If there is, I don't mean to. Don't get upset. Let's say a random John, and he's supposed to do something for me, right? I see that his profile is still very new. There's no review yet, and there's no rating yet. Yes, he is KYC, but I'm still worried, right? It's still new. You don't know, correct? So this $1,000, I can lock into the escrow, which means it's out of my, what I can use, but it's still in my wallet, but I can't touch it. Like, it will be locked. The other person can see that it's been locked. It will display on the site that it's been locked. So John can now go away and say, okay, I know this person has money, so I don't have to worry of me finishing a work, that person stealing it and disappearing and not paying. So this happens as well, right? Both ways. Once that is done in timeline, then the owner, the project owner themselves, they can release the money to the person. If they want to cancel the transaction, they can't do it on their end. They have to raise it to us. So we will have to investigate, why do you want to reverse? So right now we're covering 2 situations only. We will increase our policy as we go, but we want to take care of the biggest 2 at this moment, which is people who don't pay, people who don't do the work, which is non-delivery, like they don't do the work, or late delivery. So if, let's say, the escrow says 1st of May and the person is delivering 1st of June, and they had a conversation and the person has been saying, no, I don't want, I'm very upset because it should be 1st of May, things like that, then, we reverse the money. But yeah, so essentially this escrow feature will help them. So I've been going on and on, but yeah, this is...
No, everything you have been saying is very interesting, and I'm talking on behalf. I mean, I think the ninjas, all of them have been there listening as well, so I think they agree with me. We are here to listen about your project, right? And so no worries, Joy. Please, you don't need to apologize for giving us information, my dear. Not at all. You just continue. Right?
Okay. Thank you very much, Lilian. I feel terrible because normally it's a lot of 2 ways, but then I'm like,
no, okay. But we are going to start on 2 ways soon. We're just waiting for you. So it's gonna be like that. Do not worry.
Okay, sure, no problem. So that's the utility on the platform. So off the platform, we also have few utilities. So one of the utility is we have an elite club for the token holders. So people who hold a certain amount of tokens, we have sent out an application for the elite club. So only if they hold that amount of token, they can join the club. What's the benefit of the club? So the benefit of the club is we will give them service in terms of we'll try to find different whitelist spots every month for these people, for them to join, for them to participate, so they don't have to go look for it themselves. Obviously, it depends on the project that we can get or the information that we can obtain, but it will be a lot easier for us because I can just go to a lot of projects and say, hey, We have this elite club member. Why we call them elite is because they are all holding at least this amount of token. These are all the wallets of the people. You can check. They are definitely holding our token. You can check the amount, and please give us the whitelist spots, because this we are talking about real, honest, like real interested investors, for example. So we have right now we have managed to secure some partners. Tomorrow, actually, our project partner, he's another project that will launch end of the month. They are coming in for a video AMA with our group. So the Elite Club is one of the utility. Another one part of the utility of the token that is out of the platform is we will have bundle services that we will partner. You know, we have a few partners. You guys can check on our website. We have 5 partners in total. So for partners that provide services, what we can do is work with them to come up with a package, a marketing package, so to speak. Provide that to people who actually want to take a bundle. So for example, let's say if Master Ninja agree on helping us to do honest review on projects, right? For an exchange of amount, example. And we put him along with other marketers package. So it's a whole package where, let's say right now, I am a new project or I am an existing project, and I look for the website. If I see, oh, I don't know where to start in the marketing platform, where I don't know who to hire, they can look at OG Services, which is the packages that we offer. Let's say Master Ninja is there, and then we have like this community, this agency for press release, this audit company, for example, like in one package for a fixed price, for this price, right? So in that situation, we would push the utility of the token by offering discount. So only if they use the token, we give them a discount. So if they choose to use the normal transaction, the BUSD or BNB or other mode like USDT, we will not give them a discount. So this would push people to use the token, because
right, because they can see the benefits of it, of course. Right.
Correct. Absolutely. So when we do use the token, the trade volume goes up, and there is buy tax, there is sell tax. So even if we are the one receiving and sending to our partners, we still will go through the taxation, because that's how it benefits the holders. The taxes from the trade volume generates reflection in the native token of 4% plus 4%. So 8% on buy-sell total to the holders. That's a lot of reflection. 2% of it, we will have it in the buyback wallet. It's a manual buyback wallet where the public can see the transaction. So we'll buy those tokens and we will burn those tokens. So it's a deflationary token. We will still reduce the supply. The supply is actually very small as it is. It's only 57 million. And the price is, like what Master Ninja has said in his video, very, very undervalued at this moment. A real hidden gem. You guys can check the video. I'm not lying. He said that. But that's his opinion, right? It's not a financial advice. I don't want people to think that way. I understand. So yeah, I think that's few utilities that we've mentioned, and this is to start. We actually have big news today on this AMA to share with everyone.
Great. We are listening.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So we mentioned we started the development in November. And we launched the token last week because we needed to test the escrow feature with live token environment, just to see how it would work or how it will look like, things like that, you know. So in 2 days, the version 1 of the platform will be completed. And we will, yes, and we will enter the testing phase. So The testing phase will be in 2 stages. First is internal test. So we will have to see all this function and all the things that we want when it's all combined in one. Do they work as what we wanted? So that's internally with the founders and development company. The second stage of the testing, once we're happy with everything, we will let the community do another round of tests. So we will involve a list of participants, token holders, people who are already holding the tokens, apply, and we will select a few to run through the second round test to see if they are seeing different things from what we are expecting, right? So that when we
getting different point of views always great. Yes, I got it. Feedback.
Yes, absolutely. Liliana got it. 100%. I can go. I'm kidding. So yes, the second round of tests would help us to understand if even if it's something that's not broken, we might be able to understand if there's certain function that people are expecting that maybe we can add in V2, second version of our update, right? Or if there's something they don't really like or they don't understand the function, then we can prepare more documentation and information for the people who will use the platform, or we try to make it simpler. So that will be 2 main stages of testing. And when everyone's happy, then it will go live. We think that it would go live if the testing all goes smoothly. Everything should be available around middle of April. But that's if testing goes very smooth, like no problem at all. Which, when it comes to a complicated platform, is a bit rare. So there must be something we need. Yeah. But it's exciting because at least we're entering the testing phase, which means everything is ready. So in the meantime, right now, apart from the testing, we are also gathering different partners. We're reaching out to different entities, different agencies to invite them onto the platform. Because right now, I think people can all see the chart is a bit quiet for us. And that's 100% true. I don't want to hide it because people will be thinking, oh, you talk about this, but the chart is quiet. And we are aware. We are very much aware of it. But this will change because especially for people who start using the platform early, if they accept the currency, we don't have that many holders right now in the token. But when people start paying, it would mean the price would actually go up because now it's not at a high price, it's at a low price, right? So once people start buying to use as payment, the price will go up. So whoever was accepting the currency, let's say right now I'm accepting $1,000 of OG token at the price of 1 cent, right? That would bring the price up already. And multiple people doing that buy, sell, it's gonna bring up the floor price like constantly as more people use. And people who come in early, I think it's even better because they start absorbing the benefit of appearing there with the amount that they earn. So they can build a good profile, right? How much I've made. And people will be like, oh, wow, these people are making money means they're doing something right. That will help promote them. So yeah, this is so far currently what we're doing, what's happening in April. And in April, we will also we will make sure that we start some press release. So we want to go to mainstream media. The purpose is to brand the platform. Branding for platform is important because it's also a form of marketing. Marketing comes in a lot of ways. Marketing can be positioning the brand. It can be branding the brand. It can be finding new customer. It can be retaining existing customer. or it can be a new set of strategies. So for us, branding the platform is important because if projects and service providers, they need to use it very often, they need to make sure that they are on a good place. So that's what that is going on in April. Jawad and I both as well, another news, we have signed up for the Crypto Expo in Singapore this June, but as a visitor first. We're looking if we can open a booth over there. So we're looking at the cost, but we're also seeing that the participation right now, projects or companies that have signed up for the booths are a bit low. So we're still waiting to see if we go a bit later, will we get a good discount? Because it's expensive. It's very, very expensive. So yeah, but we will definitely at least physically go there. So we will be meeting with a lot of people to talk about the project with a lot of business owners themselves. So this has not been shared to the community yet, and you guys are hearing for the first time.
Thank you for that, Joy. Thank you very much.
No problem.
I appreciate it.
Thank you as well. Yeah, so I guess this is a little bit about the project. I guess one reminder, in about 52 minutes, we are changing back our taxes to normal. So we have 0% buy tax now, but a huge sell tax of 25% because we just launched. So we're changing it back to 10% and 15%. And we have to relock our tokens because previously we lock our liquidity and token only for a week because of the first contract issue. So we were worried the second contract, what if the pair has issue? So the pair is fine. Trinows did an excellent job, and it didn't hurt us in any way. So we can relock it. So we will announce and share with everybody because you can check on team.finance. We've extended the liquidity because it's one liquidity. But the tokens, because some of it has to lock at different time, we can't extend the whole thing upfront. But, we'll share all the dates and the amount that will be unlocked, and what's the plan as usual. So if you guys go into our pin messages, you can see even for V1, we share very specifically what we did. You can also see what we did for migration, how we put the manual liquidity into the new contract. So we just want everyone to be aware that we have all this public and anyone can access.
Yes, of course. So if they want to keep updated, they have to definitely go and enjoy your socials, and that's where the information is going to be firsthand, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, Joy, my dear, if that's fine with you, I already have a queue of ready to ask question of 14 people.
Wow.
So is it okay for you if we start now?
Yeah, of course.
Yes, thank you very much. Now, you guys, I know that all of you have been there since the beginning. Puri, I know, Ash, all of you, but Kik is having some issues today with the internet. He just sent me a DM like 10 minutes ago, and he said, please, my internet is awful today. Can you please let me go first? So if that's okay with everyone, we're gonna go with Kik first, okay? Is it okay? Thank you very much. Thank you, Puri, my dear. Okay, let's go with Kik. Kik, go ahead. Kik, can you hear me or not? I think we lost him again. He really wants to ask you some questions, Joy, but I think today he's having terrible issue with his connection.
Oh, okay,
Hello?
okay.
Oh yes.
Right. Hello, can you hear me?
He's back. Yes, we can hear you, Kik.
Okay, Joey, good to have you here. Hello, Liliana.
Kik, don't get nervous, eh? I know we have a very smart.
I'm so excited. Yeah. I think the network is getting friendlier now. Okay, all right. Hello, hello, Liliana. Hello, Joey. Good to have you here.
Hello.
Hi, Kik.
Yeah, Yes, I'm really, really pumped for your project. I love everything about it, and I I see that it's not just a question of providing a utility for your token or anything. You are actually solving one of the biggest problems in the DSC space, trying to find a safe haven for investors, trying to help crypto startups get out to the public and be a moonshot too. I'm really impressed with all that. But the first question I have concerns the escrow function. I think that's really vital, because there are times where marketing companies just collect money and they don't deliver as expected, and there are issues with that. But I saw that the escrow function is trying to solve that, and so there's going to be a payment to the escrow wallet or something before it actually gets to the marketer when the job is completed. But my question is, let's suppose we have a crypto startup that comes to you for service, and then you accepted it, but along the line, after the escrow has been activated, they suddenly want to terminate. How do you handle that?
Yeah. Thank you very much for the question, Kik, and I appreciate the kind remarks that you have given.
Thank you.
So when it comes to escrow, I just want to clarify, because for our escrow feature, what we are trying to do is we don't want the money to go to another wallet. We want it to be locked in the individual's wallet or with the contract. So it will be like an approval. But, obviously this we will test out and see how that will look like. But ultimately, when it comes to, let's say I'm a project owner and want to cancel it, right? In the middle.
Yes.
So if they're unhappy with what they are being offered at the moment, but the work has started, well, we have dispute policy to state you have to pay for certain things and what we cover. So when it comes to expectation, if it is written as per whatever that they should do, like for example, let's say I ask again, John, I'm sorry, whoever John is, he must hate me today. So let's say John is supposed to make me stickers, okay? But John gave me a poster. So obviously it's not even a match. So when it's not even a match, it's very clear cut, right? And the project owner can request, if it's before the deadline, they can terminate that, but they have to come to us. So we have very strict policy to say what you can dispute, what you cannot dispute. But ultimately, if they do want to cancel the escrow, which is to cancel the transaction, they have to contact us. So that is a must. So that is also to protect marketers themselves. Why I say that is because I think communication from both ways could sometimes go wrong, right? I can't judge just one side is bad, or there's always scammer only on one end. There can be scammer on both sides. After all, they're all human.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we have to be fair for both ends as well. So for now, we have a very limited policy, like I've mentioned. But of course, when all these cases come in, we will have to make very strict judgment about the rule to go next. So I like what you've mentioned about those scenarios where they have to cancel, but there's also a lot of reason why they cancel. So I guess it's those reasons where we have to cover in those policy. But either way, they should contact us and we will see if that's a reasonable dispute that we can get involved. Because where we feel like it's not somewhere that we can get involved, then obviously it's not, we can't be that person. But for example, if let's say John has delivered the item as per what was discussed, but project is not happy because they say, oh, it's not effective, it's not this, that is not allowed. They have already done the work that you asked for, so they have to pay. So if they are not happy, because for example, effectiveness or quality of marketing, that is something that is, no one in the middle can judge, because it depends on the products. It also depends on the marketing budget or what they're trying to do, what's the market, and you don't even know what's the damage that was happened in the project that could have caused the issue to the marketing itself. So when it comes to that, we do have very specific rating system only after the payment has been made. So there is they can rate from 1 OG to 5 OGs, like from 1 star to 5 star, but 1 OG to 5 OGs. And they can leave a comment. So the comment and rating goes both ways to be fair to both.
Kik, let's see. Kik, you still there?
Yeah.
Just a second, dear.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, okay, Kik.
Hello. Yeah. So, yes. Thank you. I heard that towards the end it ended, but I heard the main replies. Thank you so much. I also want to ask
Hello.
if there are any insurance policies in place.
No, there's no insurance because ultimately it's still between two parties. So we only act as like middle agents, I would say, but we don't involve in insurance. Doesn't mean that we won't one day. It's not something we're doing right now for sure.
All right. And the final question is this. I see that there is like a discount when I use the OG, when investors or crypto startups use the OG token to pay for fees. And you also say there is the option of using BNB or BUSD. Am I correct?
Yeah, but if they use BNB or BUSD, let's say for hiring,
will not get the same benefit.
Yeah, they will have to pay a fee. So
you see, Joy, I was listening. You're not listening the part, Kik.
No, I listen. That's not my question. My question is actually is there any chance for a fiat gateway payment system that cash? That's actually my question.
No, because we are trying to push the utility of the token, which is crypto itself. So we want it to be a crypto-centric website.
Okay, all right. Then the final question. As an online crypto marketer, what are the major challenges you face in your line of work?
Online marketer themselves, a lot. So obviously to stand out among the crowd, number one, right? How do I stand out in front of everybody? How do I get people to use my services? So right now, obviously there's no place for them to go specifically. They can go to places like different Reddit, subreddits, or Telegram or Discord asking and DMing people if they want services, but that's not efficient. So they also currently have issues with fighting for a business. Even if they find a business, they're not even sure if the person will pay them, because sometimes they want to prove that they're legit. So what they'll tell the project is, okay, I'll do this for you first, so you pay later, so you know I'm not a scammer. And because they're trying to prove they're not a scammer, they get scammed. Yeah, that's very bad. And thirdly is I think as a marketer, sometimes they also get mixed responses. They can't display all their comments or the good things that they did. Some people will say, no, this is fake screenshot. It could be real, could be fake. We don't know, right? This is not real. This is not real. So how do they display what they have really done well? So the platform will solve all this, but at the same time, it will also help them to help the marketers themselves to be able to display their work for free. Because to sign up for both freelancer and employer is free. They can just sign up, no problem, no money. If I am a very small scale freelancer, having that online presence is important for me, especially when it's free, because people can see and at least have an opportunity to click for my services, right? I can put a lot of things there. If I get one business, it stacks up. It will show how much I earn, what's the task I did, what's my rating, what's my comments. So especially for small freelancers, this is like huge. But even for big freelancers who want to compete to be top in a market, they can show off how much they made from just one platform. Obviously, they have a lot of sources, but this helps them to gain popularity as well, you know? Because if let's say I'm top 3 YouTuber, example, I wish, top 3, and I want to be able to compete and say, oh, this person got the award last year, but it seems that I got more customers. You know, things like that. There's different way to see it. And maybe we can even have our own OG awards in the future. We don't know. I'm just saying, it's not confirmed. Please don't take this as a promise. Yeah.
Oh, I think we lost him again, Joy. But maybe he was able. Yeah. Oh, he's back, I think. Or no? Okay, he said that thank you very much, Joy. He appreciates all the answers and that he will be listening to it later on if he cannot rejoin again. Okay, now you guys, let me tell you something.
Hello.
Rocket Boy, Dave, can I please just a second? Let me tell you something. This is we are not on a hurry here today, right, Joy? We have plenty of time. So I know that all of you are right there, already wrote your names here on a list. So I will not forget that you want to ask. Let's be patient and let's go one by one, okay? So let's do Puri, then Tanaya, okay? Thank you very much.
Hi, Liliana. Hi, Joy.
Hi there.
Agree.
So my first question is, how positive you are that OG's all strategies, name of the token, color of the logo, and the color scheme for the platform are chosen carefully?
You must have read our red paper because that's exactly one part of what we wrote like that. So yeah, why we did say that we picked that very carefully. So I can explain a little bit more. So if you see the name OG, what do you guys think of?
OG, like, what do you mean?
Original gangster, not the rap term.
Is that? Well, no, I was thinking something else, but if you said is that, oh, great, we'll go with that one. Sounds better than the one that I thought.
Oh, grandma. Yeah, but yeah, so the name OG in the rap term is that, and it gives a very cool feeling, but it actually stands for organic growth, right? Which is also OG. So why we chose this name is because what we essentially we want to do is to grow with the crypto space. So obviously we are a startup. We're not a major project yet. You know, we work towards that. But it's very important for legit projects to stay together. You know, a lot of good projects or real projects, you know, they die off because of funding or they don't have support. They can't collaborate. You know, so what we want to do is to also be able to be that bridge, because one of the things that we are doing is not utility of the token, it's not utility of the platform, but is what the project is doing is we will select selective projects. They can apply, and the one that the community votes the most out of what we have shortlisted. So there will be a list of good projects first, and we will give them some money as well as some marketing assistance from our website. Like we have all the spots that we can display them. We can share on with our partners, and we can also connect them with different people in the industry for them to form connection and maybe have new business deals. Essentially, we call this the project grants. So why I brought that up is because it matches with the name. We want to organically grow. We want to really grow. We want people who come on board and people who see the vision to be holders, because we're a long-term project. It's not going to be a 1 day, 2 day thing. It's going to be years. Think of all the freelance platform out there. It takes time for them to build, and so will we. But one thing for sure is, you know, that no matter what the market is, we will be here because the development is almost complete. We don't need any more funds for the platform. So we're good. We can continue. As for the color, last year when we picked out the color, because we want to start off in a niche right now, but doesn't mean we won't increase, is in crypto marketing at this moment. Red is a very strong color. So it's in color psychology, which you can read up on different books or articles. It represents passion, it represents energy, it represents enthusiasm. And we chose that color very carefully to match with the founders' visions, both of us, both of the founders. And that's why we said it's been carefully thought about. So we did do research on the names, we did do research on the color. It's not just, oh, we're just going to do that and that's it. And we made it very, very simple because we want it to be remembered easily. You know, when something is logos, if you have seen, for example, Starbucks, you can see from 30 years ago to now, they've made it simpler and simpler so it sticks with people's head, stick in people's head. And that's what we want to do. We want an easy to remember logo to go with. And it looks good on merchandise, just saying. I hope I answered your question, Puri.
Yeah, thank you, Joy. So my next question is, how will you introduce to people that the OG platform contains an important features that many marketplaces haven't yet implemented in the market now?
So I think it depends on which target that I'm talking to. So when it comes to getting people on board the platform, we do have our pitches. We have our own documents to share. We have one version now, but we're improving because we're adding some stuff over there. But they will have, when we reach out to them, it will be from that. Secondly, next week onwards, we'll speak to different community leaders, which we have already spoken about in the past, to get them to help us to be part of our on-the-floor agents. So what does it mean? A lot of community leaders, they talk to a lot of projects every day. They will be the best person to introduce the platform. So in the beginning, we will use a lot of that because that wouldn't require fixed manpower salary. Only if there is business, then there is that's when we charge an amount to the project, and the referral will go back to these community leaders, for example. So those are on the floor how we will get to people. We are planning to have our own PR article sent out, like I've mentioned earlier. So this is to let people know what the project is in the main market. So even for people who did not read it in the beginning, at least if they search us up on the internet, on Google, they can find those articles very easily. So we have multiple ways of keeping people, to let people understand. We also have our video. If you see on Master Ninja's video, he also reviewed our video. But you can have a look at the video separately if you like, to understand a bit more. So there's few things that we're doing to different people to let them know what the project is about. And of course, we're also doing all these AMAs. I think this is the 19th external AMA that I've done. 19, there's a lot. To share with people what is coming, what's the platform about.
So my last question is, according to your red paper, which is the white paper, that you will ensure functionalities of the smart contract is set up fairly while ensuring security for the OG token holders. Below are some of the features in OG smart contract. So the question is, how safe is to invest in OG token?
So I can share with you guys the link to the person who developed our contract. If you don't know him, his name is Trinos. If people have heard of this name, he is a big developer in the space. He's really good. If you know a little bit of Solidity code, when you read it, it's very easy to understand. It's very clean. The gas fee is very low because he does not write anything that's unnecessary in the contract. He is an auditor himself, and he's the one who deployed our contract. So in terms of contract, safety, he is the master in NP sniper bots, and he had that function. You can check on our contract in BSC Scan. Go under contract, click read. You'll be able to see those functions. Secondly, you can see that our liquidity is definitely locked. We also have proof that our V1 liquidity, we manually move over. We manually collected the tokens from our community. We drained it and we told the community and we put it into the new contract. So if we were dishonest or we were not clear, we wouldn't have done that from beginning. I think that shows a lot of confidence to the investor that, you know, we are honest in what we do and we share everything that we do. Thirdly, we are a registered company. So if we have any wrongdoing, and I mentioned wrongdoing as in anything that is illegal or scam, right? If we scam anyone, obviously that can be reported because we have an actual entity. That is something that can be taken against. Fourth, I think, oh yes, we also have KYC certificate with solid proof. We're easily accessible. We are heading to the the Crypto Expo in Singapore in June. Like I say, I don't know booth or not, but physically I will be there. So you guys can come and see me to know that I'm real. I'm not an actor. And yeah, I hope these things would give you guys confidence because that I don't think many people check all these boxes when it comes to their projects, in my opinion.
Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Liliana. Have a good day.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Can I ask my question now?
Hello. Hi, Joy. Hi, Liliana.
Hello, everyone. Who should I go with first?
Me, but I was next after Puri. So I want to ask one question, actually two questions. Huh? The first one was, what technology or method are you using to verify people's work history? Because you can always copy and paste on the website. So how sure are you that what they write in their resume is actually true?
So what they put in their portfolio is not something we can control. But what we can control is the transactions that did happen on the website, because those will be reported. So if that transaction did go through, it will appear as a count and an amount. And if they try to game the system, they have to finish a whole transaction. If they use USD or BNB, it's 10% both ways. If they use OG token, they have to buy the token and sell the token and get tax twice. So it's not beneficial for them to game the system, albeit that obviously this is like a precaution that we're doing. But when it comes to portfolio, it's self-upload, it's not verified by our end. It's different.
Okay, now the next one I wanted to ask, where do you get your freelance people from and how do they register? And since they're not being compensated, how sure are you they'll give 100% in every project that they're involved in?
Yeah, so freelancers in its essence, how we find them obviously now is through connections. And we will have a form to send out for people to apply in the beginning. But anyone can apply to be a freelancer. But if they want to stand out, they have to KYC. So there will be a KYC process where they get a badge. Not mandatory, but having that helps people to be more, when they feel more secure. So,
the last
sorry.
No, keep going.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Now, you said you have you're trying to solve different projects, service providers, project owners, and project hunters. Now, for the project owners, how sure are you that when they start or list a project with you people, that they'll actually follow through with what they want, what they have said they will do, and not be a rug where people have invested and they've lost their money. So how will you handle that if it does arise?
Because it's a freelance hiring platform and we're displaying their profile, but that doesn't mean that we are guaranteeing that this person is safe. But the people that we put on promotion, for example, like banner ads or leaderboard, like places where they have paid to show extra, that we will have to go through some form of verification. They need to meet certain criteria. So as long as they meet those criteria, we can accept their payment and promote them. Now, that doesn't mean that with all the criteria, it's still not possible for them to run. It's just at least people know it's at the minimum parameters that is safe, right? So at the end of the day, cannot guarantee that this is 100% safe. And I don't think anyone can ever guarantee that because there's so many new tactics in the market, you never know, right? But what we can do is try to set up a filter and try to at least get a lot of those that is like, red flag, no, red flag, no. You know, at least that at a minimum.
So if at all you experience a rug pull, what consequences are in place so that that may never happen again?
We cannot assure that that would never happen again to that any other projects. Like I said, you know, we can only set a certain criteria. We're not a rug pull checker. We're not an audit company. Even audit companies that audit contracts, there's a lot of rugs. But that doesn't mean it's the audit's fault. They only read and share what they have found. Now, these people can use different techniques to rug, right? And that's the same. We can't guarantee that, but we can at least have certain criteria to say this is what people that we will promote. They have to at least check these boxes off.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tanayan. Okay, I'm going to say the name of
Hello,
the next one. We
Hello.
Ashka, then we have, I'm sorry, Rocker Boyd, Vilon, Silon. Okay, Ashka,
Yeah,
go ahead,
so
please.
yeah, okay, thank you. So ma'am, my first question was like basically I have read your white am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So ma'am, my question was like basically I read your white paper and basically on your website it's written that your guys' vision is to help solve marketing problems for cryptocurrency projects. So like I mean that you guys, do you have any like packages as such in general, or like every project marketing is done in the same price? Reason being I'm asking that if a new project is there, they don't have that so much marketing fund for that, and maybe they want to promote only on Twitter and Reddit. Whereas if there is some like huge customer of yours, if suppose I consider example as Kaka NFT, they want promotion in all the social media platforms such as Telegram, Twitter and TikTok. So like you do according to your customer need, or there is a fixed package as such?
So there is a few type. Thanks, Akshaj. Sorry if I murder your name, Akshaj. Sorry if I didn't say your name correctly. So there's a few. One is we will have our own bundle packages that's provided by the team. You know, when we partner with certain partners only, so we'll put them in the list and have a bundle. But if let's say they want to go and freestyle on their own, then that's where they go to the services piece where they have to search, or they can post what they want and people will come to them and offer those services. So from our perspective, we will have different types of packages for different crowd, but it doesn't mean it will have like all the parameters. So it depends on the partners and people that we think that will work and help, and the others will be on the platform where they have to search based on rating, based on review, based on amount that they earn, things like that.
Okay, ma'am. So I got my answer. And so my second question was, I wanna ask, like, since your guys' target customer is the projects who want to do marketing, so like, what's the main use case of your token in that? Like, your customers need to pay the amount, the fees in your token, or like the only USDT is the option in that. I mean, like, if USDT is the only option, so that why we as investors, I mean, like, if I talk in the point of view of investors, why we should invest in your token and product, like how it will be a win-win situation for both you as a project and me as an investor, for we as an investor.
Yeah, so I think that's why we say we're a multi-utility token, because our utility is people have to use our token for all these services that we mentioned on the site. So there are options, as previously mentioned, that there are options to pay with BUSD BNB, but we'll charge them a high fee. But if they use our token, they get to only, they only have to buy the token. And for the freelancer, they'll get very low fee. Plus, of course, they have to sell the token. But that will be the only way for them to unlock escrow. So in this situation, it will trigger buy tax and it will trigger sell tax. Okay. As an investor right now, you get 4% reflection from both sides when we go back to our normal taxes. So we'll keep it at 10% and 10% buy, 15% sell for now. We may reduce it when the platform is launched. No promises, so we're still counting. But essentially, 4% plus 4% goes back to the holders when there's purchase and when there's sell. Secondly, we also have your value will increase as the transactions go through, because 2% plus 2% from buy and sell, it goes to a manual buyback wallet. The manual buyback wallet, once we use the money to buy the tokens from the pool, the money goes into the pool and the tokens, they get burned. So we will be able to see the events that happen in the wallet, because the buyback wallet in BSC Scan, you can actually look for that wallet. The information is there. So you will only see money coming in, and if it ever goes out, is to buy the token. And the other thing that you should see is only burn. So as an investor, without even staking, as long as you are holding the token, every day if someone buys the token and sells the token for transaction, because that's utility of those tokens for those services, you get all these reflections and your value go up because the supply goes down. So it's actually bigger than staking, because staking itself, you have to lock, and the percentage, depending on the amount that people pool or depending on the fixed amount that is rated, you can only get that. You can't get the reflection. Reflection itself, even though it was very low volume for us these few days, some of our members have come up to say it's almost 1% of their supply that they're getting back in just these few days. So that is huge. It's only a few days. So 4% plus 4% is huge. Obviously now our buy tax is 0%. We're changing in 15 minutes, by the way. Our buy tax is still 0%. Sell tax is 25%, but you'll go back to normal at 10% and 15%. So after this AMA, actually, we have to amend it immediately and also work on the token locks.
And my another short question was like, what is the wallet to wallet transfer tax? Basically, reason being, recently I have incurred this situation that many times I have transferred from one wallet to another wallet, and like my 25% tokens are managed instantly.
Yeah, so transfer taxes, we do have them at 10%. Why we're doing it is because we have thought about security of the platform. What if people keep moving money around? We can't trace that. But at the same time, we're also testing if it will affect the escrow. When people send it to the escrow, will it deduct a fee? Because if it deducts a fee, then it doesn't make sense, Sorry. So right now, I would say we're keeping it at 10%, but we're looking into changing it if it's not necessary. But it is at 10% transfer right now.
Okay, thanks a lot, ma'am, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Asha. Thank you. Okay, let's continue with Rocket Boy, Vilon, and then Dave Simon. Okay, Rocket Boy, go ahead.
Hey Liliana, and hey
Joy.
Hey Joy. Hey Joy. Sorry, I forgot to call. So my first question is, I saw in tokenomics that the team has allocated 14.03% OG tokens. So my question is, why this much high percentage is allocated for teams?
Yeah, so if you see, it's a total of 8 million tokens. It's actually not just for us. It's also for people that we will hire in future if they are going to be long-term core members. So this in particular, we're locking at least the team token untouched for at least 6 months. The reason is when you have a team expansion, obviously you pay them with money, but people will be really interested in owning a share of it. So what we are trying to do right here is not going to be a small scale project. If it goes really big, we do need to think about giving these people a share, but it's not like one person gets a lot, but obviously the founders will get some percentage of it. In terms of the other wallet, you will also see marketing and development. So those two wallets, we'll try our best not to even touch it because we don't really want to use the tokens where possible. If it is not something that we need to use, we can either add it into the liquidity if we have burned a lot. So from the buyback wallet amount, we can use that money to add the tokens into liquidity. Or if we ultimately don't even need to use them at all, we can just burn them. So we've explained that in the red paper. As for the team tokens as well, because those will be something that we will vest after 6 months, little by little. So you don't have to worry about yes, it's a rather big percentage, but it would represent a lot of people for the years to come. So that's
so I got it. Means when a lot of people join this, then it will distribute it to all of them. Yeah.
Little by little.
Yeah. My second question is, I saw that there are huge utilities of OG platform. One of the utility is escrow function. So I want to know what is this?
Yeah, so escrow function, if you're not used to that feature, it can be a bit difficult to understand. So example, okay, I'll take John again. I'm sorry, John, whoever you are. I've been using him the whole conversation. Okay, so let's say right now I want to pay John. John is going to do a service for me. Okay, I don't know John. John don't know me. John doesn't have review yet on OG. No rating, no review. Looks a bit empty, but the portfolio looks good. But I can't verify the portfolio because that's what he posted, right? And I'm not sure whether he will do the job. So the escrow, what I will do is this amount, it might be split into few. We have it locked up for different dates. So this dates, it basically means right now, John will see I've locked this amount up, right? But John doesn't have the money. I see a John. I'm sorry, not this John. John accepts he can see on the platform that this amount is locked. Now he can go away and do what he needs to do and provide that, because the only way for the project owner is to release. They cannot just cancel the transaction. If they want to cancel, they have to go through us. So they can't scam the person who did the job. So the escrow is a double protection for both, but it doesn't mean it's foolproof, okay? Obviously, it depends on the conversation of the situation, but this can reduce a lot of this scam issue that is happening right now.
Yeah, I understand. It's a very good utility as it helps to prevent scams. So as we know that there are going a lot of scams nowadays, so it will be very helpful. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, little boy. Oh, sorry, Rocket Boy. You change your name?
Yeah, Rocket Boy.
Rocket Boy. Okay, so next one was Silon, but I cannot see you right now there. So let's continue with Dave Simon. Yes, Dave Simon. Thank you for waiting, Dave.
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, thanks for this great opportunity.
You're welcome.
So So can I go on with my question?
Yes, please.
Okay. So my question is, which cryptocurrency network does OG Platform support? And also, why is OG Platform different from other freelance marketplace?
Yeah, so the first question, what do we support now? We are on the BNB chain. We're just starting with the BNB chain. The reason is because BNB chain is very fast and it's very cheap. So when people do make the transaction, that gas fee is low, right? It's not high like Ethereum or something like that. On the second part, you mentioned one is, sorry, what's your second question again? I forgot.
And also, why is OG Platform different from other freelance markets?
Yeah, sorry, I got you. Why is it different? So if you look at freelance platforms, they only do one main thing, which is to hire and to look for a job. But for us, we are encompassing a lot of things on the platform. We have places for crypto investors to look for projects. We have spent on marketing budget. We can promote projects through writing articles, interviews, or even recording AMAs for them in our Telegram to post on our YouTube channel or share with different people, share with our partners, spread them out. These are things that not many people do. Obviously, it's a crypto-centric freelance platform. But ultimately, I think very important is everything that we're trying to do within the platform. It's like one-stop marketing hub in a way for most projects. This is just the few utilities that we're starting off, but we are currently focusing on the crypto marketing as a niche. We will expand. I think that's the main difference in terms of why we're different from the others. But I would like to also stand here just to share that in terms of the team, we are actually very driven, we're very passionate, and we're not afraid of challenges. Like, yes, we are being stretched and challenged very much, especially during times where things don't go well, especially during low trade volume days when we've tried a lot of things at the background. But I think this is the best time for people to see that this is where we don't give up. And this is the time perhaps for people to understand that when you invest in a project, it's important that it just doesn't die halfway because the people give up on them. And I do think this trying period before we launch, a lot of things that's going on at the background until we have the platform stabilized, is something that is the passion that we show will be different. So we do think that is different from many, many projects. And that's what makes us unique. I hope I answer your question, Dave, on both tangible and intangible aspects of the answer.
Yeah. And also, I got another question for you. So when you do have your NFT, will staking be implemented?
We're not sure if we will have NFT
And if you get
yet.
for the NFT, will there be a reward for voting? And staking, how many percent APY will be on the staking part?
We're not going through any staking process yet because we are only doing that when we enter centralized exchanges, because those people whoever that is trading on the centralized exchange or purchase, they actually don't get any reflection because the centralized exchange contract is different. So the technical aspects is a bit different. NFT is something that we have not thought about doing for sure because our main business is on the platform, but doesn't mean we won't integrate NFT. It's just at this moment, it's not our priority.
Okay, Dave.
Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, Joy.
Sorry. Please. Yeah, but if you guys want some free NFTs, exclusive free NFTs, tomorrow we do have our partners coming in to do AMA 2 times on our channel. They are exclusively only doing 5 free exclusive NFT plus some tokens from their projects to some winners for OG community. So there's some tasks that they have to complete on Gleam. And that would, there will be a random draw for the people. So if you like that, you can join in tomorrow to our session. There's going to be some giveaway.
Okay, yeah, thanks. And I promise to be there tomorrow.
No problem.
Thank you, Dave. Okay, let's continue with Wahyu, WAHYU. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Okay. Thank you, Liliana. Hey,
You're welcome.
Hi, Wahyu.
My question is, if I am an investor and I am going to be using the utility, but I believe in the vision, what would you suggest to me as the best investing strategy to prosper with your project?
As an investor?
Yes, Joy.
Oh, okay. So as an investor, I think buying low when we're still early before the platform has launched is very essential because we're not on CMC or CG just yet. We have applied, but they have only said they received our application. They didn't say anything more. We're also not pushing at this moment because we do want to wait for the platform, because if CMC CG comes out and the platform is live, CMC people who see it, they like it because the utility is live, everything is live, the business has started. So I guess for investors, obviously we have mentioned about Reflection, we've mentioned about the elite club that they can join if they hold certain amount of tokens. We have started registration. We have a number of really elite members that are joining. I can't reveal their bags or who they are, but it's significant amount. And we put them in the private group where they get special benefits to other projects, whitelist and all that. So third thing, obviously the value. Holding the token for us, we are deflationary, so we do have burn mechanism. So whatever you're holding is currently, wherever you're holding at any point of moment is the maximum supply that you can ever get. And it can only reduce after that. It won't increase. So the value of your token would go up. And it can stretch a lot, because our total supply is very low. It's only 57 million. And our cap is very low. Our current market cap is only 569,000. It's extremely low. It has so much opportunity to stretch. So if you're asking from an investor's point of view, if you're looking for a proper investment, not a degen coin, not a rug, I would say have some confidence, put it in us, and you will see the difference.
Do you have any other strategies area OG Token will launch for greater liquidity in the future?
We have more utilities, but that would be towards end of the year. But it's not towards pushing the token, it's towards educating the crowd, it's towards branding the project. Right now, our utility is a lot already. And we have to make sure that within this 6 months, at least when we launch the platform, it has to at least be quite stable. You cannot just keep launching new things and it's not stable. That will crash the project. So many people like news, a lot of things. Well, that is good. But rapid growth does not mean that it can be controlled well. It does not also mean that, it's a good thing always. It can mean that they're going too fast. When you go too fast, you crash very fast as well. So our point here is we focus on stability. We're going to focus on the current utilities that we have. Will we have more utilities? Yes. When will that be? After the platform is stable.
Okay, thank you, Joy, for answer. Thank you, Liliana. Have a nice day.
Yo, you too.
Thank you.
Okay, let's continue with Romana. Romana, please, can you hear me?
Hello, Liliana, thank you.
Hello, you're welcome.
Hello, Joy.
Hi, how are you?
Okay, my question is my question is for player and user with a quick profit mentality. I wonder how OG token balance playability and the long-term nature of the project. Of course, for investors, currency is very important. How can OG token persuade them to hold it for a long time?
How do we plan to survive for a long time? So I think a lot of projects, when they start, they have amazing pre-sale, huge pump, but they're only starting the development or they're not even running the business. For us, our development, we have already started in November last year. We're already entering the testing phase in a few days. We're getting the version 1 of our platform in 2 days. We already have all the funds for the development already done. We already paid for them. What is left is just promoting the platform, stabilizing it. And right now we have very limited core team members. The fixed one that is unchangeable is myself, obviously, with Jawad. So 2 of us, unchangeable. The others, we're using outsourced resources because we are also anticipating what if, the market doesn't do well. So it's very important for projects or any business to make a plan on the worst case scenario because that's how they will survive. You need to make sure there's cash flow for those amount of time. And even if you don't, you need to make sure there's manpower to gain the cash flow. So in those terms, we are covered. We're good for at least the next 6 to 12 months. That's not an issue. I would say in that situation, this is provided there's no activity at all, like zero whatsoever, and we are not even getting any business, like not even one, which is impossible. When the platform starts, there will be some business for sure, no matter how slow. So it will be a little bit, and grow more and more and more. So yeah, that's my assurance to you that it will last. We have good budget planning.
Joy, I'm sorry if you see that I hopping in and hopping out of the meeting is because of my internet. Okay, I'm so sorry about that.
Okay,
but I'm having terrible issue with it today, right? But I'm here. Okay.
Sure.
Okay, thank you, Joy. Good.
Thank you.
My second question.
Okay. Crypto boy, just a second. There is somebody else. Yes, Mariana, continue. Yes, please.
Okay, my second question is regarding the current market situation is too unstable to return investor. So can you give me some good reason why I sold buy your token in the current market situation, and also why your token holders should continue to hold them? What are the long-term benefits?
Okay, so I think this coincides with what I was trying to say earlier. We have prepared this whole project in anticipation for the worst market. So which means that even if we entered a crypto winter, we will be good. And why it will be okay is because we are already paired with BUSD. So we're stable. So even if everyone crash, we will still be stable. Now, our holder count is not too high, right? Our holder count is still okay. It's not too much. And the people who are holding significant amounts, they are joining our elite club to show commitment that they will hold and to receive further benefits. Now, obviously, I can't say that they will never sell because anyone can sell any token, any coin. It's the investor's choice. But I can say, I think the biggest proof is, although it has been rather quiet on the chart, but it hasn't changed at all for the investors, the big investors. They didn't even let go of their funds. They know that they're here for the long term. And they're mentioned a few times in the conversation as well. I can't dox their wallet who they are, but they did talk about it.
Okay, Joy,
Thank
thanks
you,
for
Romano.
answering.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay,
Thank you.
everyone, please
Hello.
listen to me
Hello.
just a sec. Listen to me just a second now, please. Joy only have a few minutes left, so we're going to. She is gonna give a thank you for that a few more minutes, but we have to keep it to a question each. Okay, if that's okay for everyone. If not, you already know you can go and join their socials, and she will keep you updated over there. Okay, so. She actually doesn't have more time now, so I will stop talking. Only a question each, okay? So please go ahead. So our next one is Logic plus 628. Yes, Logic.
Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
Yes. Thank you. Hello, Joy. Hello, Liliana. Yeah. So, my question is, could you detail us what benefit and access the OG token provide and the advantage of user holding it? How can organic growth guarantee investor its liquidity? What is the continuability the will used to maintain a stable and attractive value for investors? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but it seems to be repeated from a few persons' question already. I actually repeated that a few times, so it's a long one. Do you have a different question?
Yeah.
No,
the second question.
Yes, go ahead. Continue with the second one.
Yeah.
Yes.
What would you say to potential investors to confide then to invest in OG? Imagine you are new to crypto. What would you name the best thing in your opinion about organic growth that will positively surprise everyone? Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's a fair question. So for me, I'm a very honest person. I think if someone is very new to crypto investing in general, investing in a token is very different. So although I would say, I would love to sell our token to people and have new holders, but it's more important from our end to make sure that they know what a token is or what a coin is. There's a difference. What's a crypto that has their own blockchain, and what is a token that's on smart contract? And what are the availabilities in the market? Why are they different? We would always point for them to do their own research and read before they even buy. Because we're very different from other crypto. I think a lot of them will be like, buy now, or don't regret, don't miss the train, or we moon soon. Honestly, that's very, very different from how we are. We are here for the long term. We can't just tell people this and promise them something that is not right. So for new investors who are not well versed in the crypto world, I would personally share some resources that I use personally when I do my research for tokens. Obviously, that's not an advice. It's just to share what I do, just to share what works for me. If they can take those, they can learn more and understand what tokens, what crypto is, before they make an informed decision if they want to invest in us. Because I can share with them a lot of benefits and things about our projects. But if they don't understand what is a smart contract and what is a native token, what do they do? What's the difference between that and blockchain? It's very, very difficult to keep them as a holder because they could be panic selling when the price fluctuates. And that's not good, right? That's when you want to avoid situations like that.
Yeah, thank you. My last question.
Logic, we said it's a question per person, so every ninja has a chance to speak. Logic, thank you very much. Okay.
Oh yeah,
thanks for tuning in, and let's continue with. Okay, Crypto, you're welcome. Logic. Crypto, you got a question. After Crypto, we got maybe
Hello, can you hear me?
only a question. Yes, go ahead. A question.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello,
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thanks for the great opportunity. Yeah, my question really is about your project. You see, actually, I've been to so many projects, and you see some of them keep on having the same ideas. Yeah, and in terms of that, some of them end up having the same problem. Yeah. So my question to you is, you see, actually, this issue have been affecting some projects in the crypto space. They keep on having the same ideas, and also they end up having the same problem. So my question to you is, how do you plan to distinguish your project from other projects? And also, what makes you confident that you think your project have the full advantage to compete with other competing projects? Do you get my question?
I do get your question. I think there is a very big distinction between us and many projects. A lot of projects now out there play to earn, NFT, metaverse, meme token, shitcoin, DGen play. We are not anything like that. We're trying to solve an issue, multiple issues pertaining to crypto marketing sector in general. We're not saying we can fix all, but we're trying to fix some, and we're trying to improve our way to help more in this space. So what we're doing is contributing something new to the space that is very much needed. Right now, this solution is not widely practiced. I know there's some projects that's trying to do freelance platform, but they don't encompass the amount of things that we do, right? There are already some movements, but it's very little and it's very different. From what the market is trending right now, we're definitely not what the market is trending at the moment. Very far away from what they're trending. And I think that because of the amount of utility and things that we have, it also makes it a bit difficult for people to understand the whole thing. But we do have videos. We even have our own rap song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have all our AMAs. We put it on our YouTube. We also have our white paper. Our white paper is very detailed. We have community who is ready to answer. We also have us here. We are always there. We also have our mask. No, we actually have a mask. If you guys want, you can actually register. We can send one to you free. If you would take a picture. Yeah, but no obligations. So I hope I answered your question, Crypto Palace.
Thank you, Crystal Pal. Thanks for joining and thanks for the question. I'm so sorry, Crystal Pal. We only have time for one. No worries. I'm so sorry, Crystal. Thank you. Thanks for joining.
Okay, thanks for the opportunity. Yeah.
Our pleasure.
Thanks.
Okay, let's continue with Macy or Macy. I'm sorry, not correctly, and I don't know exactly how to pronounce that. Macy Mike. Okay.
Actually, Lillian, it's Mazi Mike. But thank you so much for the opportunity.
Mike.
No, it's fine. I just want to be quick as quick as possible. Joey, nice to meet you again. I saw you on Caesars, and I've been following you. I mean, you're doing an amazing job. I just wanted to hop in here and give some quick suggestions and thoughts. So first off, I just wanted to find out very quickly. It has to be a yes or no answer if you're comfortable with that. I mean, on Caesar's call, you had your co-founder. I can't remember his name now. Show us a bit of the platform and what it looks like, but at that time it was not fully completed. I just wanted to know if that is live right now, if every other feature of that platform is completed. It has to be a yes or no answer. That's okay,
bye. So we are getting, I think you were not here beginning of the conversation, but we did have a revelation that we'll get our version 1 of the whole platform this Friday. And we're entering the testing phase, the beginning of the testing phase. Well, this is very interesting because it means that everything that we're trying to develop is done. And we're just testing if they work as what we want. So earlier I mentioned there's 2 testing phase. One is internal testing. Second testing will be with the community. So we have to finish the testing round with the community before we can launch it to make sure that at least we have some inputs from the public before we launch the platform.
I was here when you said that, but I didn't quite understand that. But it's nice to know that is going to be launched very soon. I just wanted to chip in some thoughts I had after this Caesar's interview. So I'm looking at a situation where, what we have these days on the crypto space is when you approach influencers for marketing, what you have is, we see some fake numbers and fake analytics based off of what they've been able to do in the past. So I'm looking at a situation where the platform can be maybe a third-party system where when I have a crypto project I'm trying to implement and I see an influencer who has approached me that, okay, I have the numbers, I can do this. I bring them to the platform and then we agree. We agree on a price, we agree on the stats, okay, depending on what impression you're able to bring to the project, depending on how much traffic you're able to drive to my project, then I get to pay you. So that's what I'm thinking. If that's something you are hoping to expand into, not just the little freelancing services that you may have been currently that has been taken care of by the platform already. That's just something I was hoping if you have put that into thought.
Yeah, so the freelancer platform basically is for services like this. So if people want to bring them to the platform, they can. But obviously, this is for a lot of people. It's not just for a few person. Anyone can sign up to be a freelancer. But obviously, it's a race if they don't have good information, if they don't have customers. So I would, a lot of us, what we will suggest is if they do have customers of the platform, it's good to bring them on the platform because the amount gets tracked and the number gets tracked. So they're new customers. If they bring them onto the platform, one, it touches our utility of the token. Secondly, it helps them to generate a review, comments, and it also helps them to calculate the amount that they have earned. So this is not for past transaction. We're talking about customers that they are bringing onto the platform. Otherwise, they can look for customers over there as well. But in what we will share with the freelancers and also the employers, we will promote them to use it and bring to the platform. I'm sorry, guys. Actually, I have to stop in 1 minute because I have a meeting very soon with a
It's okay. It's
so,
okay, Joy, we understand.
Yeah, I don't want to be late.
Because
it's okay.
Actually, Joy, can we do something? Because I have some questions from Romano, which is a member of the community. Dollar Boy also wanted to talk, and Luna Air as well. Can I send those questions to you if that's possible? And then you get me back with an answer, and I will post it on our Telegram. Sounds good to you?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, that's absolutely
okay,
fine.
So Dollar Boy, Romano, and Luna Air. I know you guys have more questions. Actually, Logic, if you want to send me the extra question you have, you also can do that. Thank you, Joy, for taking your time to answer those questions. And thank you for the almost 2 hours that we have been in this AMA. Best of luck with the project. And you are more than welcome and come back, right? We're more than welcome and come back, and we can have another AMA.
For sure.
But for now, thank you everyone for joining. Have a good day.
Thank you, Liliana. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Anything you would like to add?
I
was the one talking. You go ahead.
No problem. So I would like to invite you guys to our AMA tomorrow. If you have further questions, you can also ask that. But tomorrow's focus will be on our partner. So we have our partner who is coming in tomorrow. We will reshare that post on our platform, on our Telegram. They're giving 5 exclusive NFTs and 10 prizes for tokens, their tokens, to our community members. So there are some tasks that you need to do in Gleam, but you will only start from the AMA. There's 2 AMA tomorrow, one on 1 p.m. UTC, one on 7 p.m. UTC. Do join in and have a listen to what our new partners will do. Okay. Thanks, everyone.
You, Joy. Thank you.
Thank you. You too. Enjoy your holiday. Thank you.
Thank you.
You too. Enjoy your holiday. Thank you.